Hey love, welcome back to our channel. Today let's talk about the road to 100K on Instagram. I'm going to be sharing 3 tips I learned along the way. Let's go. These tips are going to come at you in no particular order, but tip number 1, keep something for yourself. There is a thin line between sharing with your community in a healthy way and oversharing to your own detriment. Listen, I get it. We want to find our people, to let them know they are not alone, or so we feel less alone, to be amongst people who really get us. I mean, who doesn't love to kiki it up with folks who you can relate to that can relate to you? But it's a slippery slope. As in any healthy relationship, you need to establish boundaries. What are you not going to share? What are you going to intentionally keep private? Just like folks are out here creating content pillars, I highly suggest you create a strategy around the boundaries you're going to put in place for content that you are not going to share. I'm one that loves to document my life. I love to look back on those moments that have now become memories. But not everything that is documented is going to land on a platform. Not because I'm ashamed or embarrassed or didn't have the right lighting or didn't have makeup on. No, because some moments are personal. They're just for me and my family. For example, I don't like sharing publicly what I'm gifted privately. With very few exceptions, I keep that information close to the chest. I also never share my location in real time for safety reasons. And even when I'm sharing things for my kids, I ask permission first. If it's a drawing of prezes or a pic of kin, I want them to be able to exercise their say-so. I want them to have a voice about how their likeness is used. And I realize not everything is for everybody. And it may just be something that they intended for me, not for the world to see. What it boils down to for me is I didn't want to look back on all my private moments, beliefs, thoughts, and feelings and feel like they were made public. Because honestly, everything is not meant for public consumption. So the moral of the story, don't give everyone keys to your home. Okay, so let's get into tip number 2. Listen to your community. Don't assume why they follow you or what they like about your community. Ask them. Don't assume what product or course they would buy from you. Ask them. No matter how big or how small your community is, they are a treasure trove of intel, especially if you've been building a community full of people that you actually want to serve. And trust me, if you have built a relationship with those people, baby, they'll tell you without you even having to ask them. But then you've got to be open to receive and hear what they're saying. So here's an example. I do a lot of talking to my community in the stories on Instagram. And recently, everybody was saying, Nika, make this shareable. So I did. I put it in the feed. And guess what? It became one of my most shared videos ever. It also became a video where people who don't normally engaged. Not just with me, but with each other in the comments, all because I listened to my community. So now I'm sharing more of the talking head videos, not just throwing them in the stories, but letting them live in the feed because I now know from listening to my community that they appreciate that type of content. Bonus tip, listen to the community of people with similar accounts. Read their comments. Their community may provide insight into how you can better serve yours. Moral of the story, don't assume, because we all know that makes an ass out of, or so they say. All right, y'all, so let's get into tip number 3. Make sure you are sharing from the right place and for the right reason. Share to serve, not for metrics. Share for impact, not to go viral. Share because you're called, not to satisfy your ego. If you're sharing with this perspective, it will stop you from being consumed because your goal for sharing is to pour. not to receive. And that is precisely the heart posture I've found that draws people to you, that brings your community to you like a moth to a flame. People genuinely want to be encouraged and educated and inspired, and too many people don't have those type of people in their lives. If you are serving them that genuinely, they have no problem reciprocating because they're more than happy to create community with you and to like, comment, and share and follow along on your journey and bring you into theirs. They're more than happy to buy your products and support your speaking gigs and to, leave reviews from their experiences with you. And I promise, as you pour, God will refill your cup. But you've got to come from a genuine place. Moral of the story, serve and your cup will always stay full. I hope you found my lessons learned helpful. I would love it to pieces if you could like, comment, and subscribe, all the things. Till next time.